I was a business major in college with a psychology minor, and I always liked the psychology piece, but I liked the business piece too, and I actually went into finance for about 3 years. And I knew it wasn't the thing, so I went back to grad school, and I thought I wanted to be a guidance counselor or a school counselor. And when I was there, I did an internship at the University of Rochester, and it was awesome, and I loved it, and I decided I want to work with college students. So I worked there for 12 years and in career services, and then I came over to NAS to run the internship program about 6 years ago. So we're the Center for Life's Work, and I think every college has a career center, but the world of work has changed, careers have changed, and we needed something that addressed the future world of work for our students. So about 3 years ago, we became the Center for Life's Work, and it combines what traditionally is considered career services. So we still do all the things that you remember, so resumes and cover letters and preparing for interviews. But beyond that, I think where we add value is that we talk about experiences and building connections. And so we want that for all of our students. We also include internships in our Center for Civic Engagement because we believe that all of our students have the ability to make a difference in their own lives and the world around them. Now, figuring out your life's work is really hard. It's really exciting work, it's really good work, but it's hard work. And so we want you to feel like you have a team behind you, and we want you to embrace that team and to use that team. I know that no two students are the same. That's why I love my job. There isn't a cookie cutter or a mold, but that's one of the things that we're here to help you with. We want you to take advantage of your team, and we want to see you launch from here. I think there are 2 myths about career decision making that I would like to talk about. And the first is that you should know what you want to do, and once you figure out what you want to do, you should pick and stick. I think we should just bust this myth. I get where this comes from. So college is really expensive, and so I think people want to know what they're doing when they get here. But it's like finding that one right thing, like a seahorse. You don't want to mate for life or something. And the world of work doesn't work like that anymore. It's okay to know. So I guess talking to the people that do know what they want to do, that's great, and we're going to support you, and it's going to work out. But for those of you who get here and it's not exactly what you thought it was going to be, that's really common. That's really normal. And so we want you to know that, okay, first of all, you often don't know what you like until you're doing it. And so once you get here and you're doing it and you feel like this isn't it, this is a great place to be because you can change your mind. I think this whole, you should know what you want to do when you grow up thing is based on this assumption that everybody has had a chance to explore a list of careers in high school or before they even come to college. And there's no way, like, even if there were 20 careers and everybody had a chance to explore all 20 careers in high school, when you get to college, you realize, okay, there are like 20,000 careers. And there's no way I could have possibly known all these things. And so I think it actually is a good thing to say, I'm curious and I want to learn more. So we want students to have a chance to do that once they get here. There's an author that I really love, Jonathan Fields. He's also a blogger and a podcaster, and he says that in your 20s, you should spend time figuring out what you like, what you're good at, and what you care about, and to treat your life like an experiment. So you're testing. And I think college is the perfect time to do that. So college should be spent figuring out what you like, what you're good at, what you care about. And it's the perfect environment to do that because you can do a lot of clubs and activities, you can test different classes, you can change your major, you meet lots of different people, you can go study abroad, you can do all these things that help you to do these experiments and figure out those things that really speak to you. So the second myth is that you have to do this all by yourself, that you have to go into the cave and figure it out and emerge victorious. I think there's the sense that when you are going to college that you are going to be gaining independence. And you are, and we want you to be financially independent. Surely we don't want you to have to go home and live on your parents' couch forever. But gaining independence and being independent while you're doing this figuring out career decision making doesn't mean that you have to do that by yourself. This is something that you want to do with other people. So just because you can go it alone doesn't mean that you should. So for instance, I have a colleague that works with students who are interested in the Disney College program, and the average acceptance rate to the Disney College program is around 22%. If you apply, that's your chance of getting in. She works with students to help them with their application, making sure that everything that they're doing is right in line with what the Disney program wants. And our acceptance rate here has been over 90%. So yes, you can do it alone, but why would you make it harder on yourself? We want you to use the resources around you. So again, this is an example of one of those things where you want to do this with other people and use the resources available to you. So I want to talk about the Protean theory of career. So it comes to us from Greek mythology. So Proteus was a Greek god of the sea, and he could change shape or form based on oncoming threats or opportunities. And so the Protean theory of career says that we need to do that as job seekers and as employees. So we need to be able to monitor and assess the environment out there in the world. And we need to be able to anticipate future developments because we know that things are going to be changing. We need to get those necessary skills and qualifications to then be able to fill those needs. And then we need to be able to adapt quickly. And so I think this is a great theory for the future world of work, because we think about here in Rochester, we think about Kodak. And we think about how the company took care of the individual, took care of the employee for their life. And then they retired and they had a pension and went on with their ways. But now really the power is with the individual, with the employee. That's a lot of responsibility, but it's also a lot of power. And so I think having the skills that you need to be able to adjust and be flexible in the world of work is really important. The second theory that I want to talk about is planned happenstance, and it comes to us from John Krumboltz, who's a researcher at Stanford for many years. This theory talks a lot about change and chance and how it plays a huge role in all of our lives. He talks about how being interdependent, meaning being connected, is the ultimate goal. And I think that's really important when we think about career decision making and career development. One of the things he talks about is fostering a sense of openness, so having a growth mindset that you'll always be learning. You also want to seek assistance to develop persistence so that when you do encounter an obstacle, it doesn't make you crumble, but that you can persevere and go through it. You also want to use the team around you to support you, and you can do that. You can build that with your faculty members, with your peers, with alumni, with your coaches. There are a lot of people here to support you. And the other thing is that you want to help each other. So this is one of those things where there's a reciprocity. You can be helping somebody else, they can be helping you. Here at Nazareth, we have career coaches, and that's really exciting development for us because I think no matter where you go to school, there'll be a career center, and if you're a school our size, you'll be lucky if there are 3 or 4 people in that office. But here we have a team of nearly 10 people that are dedicated to being career coaches and helping students navigate the process. We really, really think it's important for students to start early. It's one of those things where we don't want to see you senior year and say, oh, if only we would have met you, we would have been able to help you figure out something or go on this trip or find this internship. We really want to get to know students right in their first year here at Nazareth. So I think it's important to know some of the buzzwords and to be able to understand the lingo that people are using. And experiential learning is a word that you're going to hear a lot. And generally that means you have an opportunity to test drive. So experiential learning can mean a co-op or an internship. It can mean service learning. It can mean study abroad. But these things that are called high impact practices, which means they are things that make a difference. When people graduate and they look back on their college experience 10 years from now, they say, these are the things that stood out. These are the things that made a difference to me in their experiences that correlate with what they've done in the classroom. We have students that are interning all over the country, Jazz at Lincoln Center, at Zappos, at Paychex, at Excelis, locally, nationally, globally. We've had students in Arizona and in California. It depends on your major. It depends on what you're interested in. If you're interested in music, sometimes people really want to be in New York City. They want to be in Nashville. They want to be on the West Coast if they're interested in the entertainment industry. So we support students here in Rochester, but also wherever they want to go. So for anyone who's wondering, what does it look like in any given year? When you first get here at Nazareth, we are talking to those students who know what they want to do, and we're saying, okay, if you know you want to teach, well, let's see what we can do to get you involved in community service that's in a classroom that's with students. If you don't know what you want to do, then there are lots of other things we can be doing with you as well. So we encourage everyone to explore and just follow your curiosity initially. But I think, in that first couple of years, one of the really exciting developments that we have is the Spark Grant. So students can apply for the Spark Grant and receive $1,500 for an unpaid internship, unpaid research, or to study abroad in your first 2 years at the college. If you're a transfer student, you have 1 year from when you transfer to use the grant. And students use this on all sorts of things. So we have a student this summer doing an internship in New York City, and he's using it to help cover the costs of living in New York City while he's there. But you can do this wherever home is for you. A lot of our students are using it, about half of our students are using it for studying abroad and to experience a new place, a new culture. It's been a great opportunity for us to encourage exploration in general so that students can see what it is that they like, what they care about. And then be more competitive for things that they want to apply for in their junior and senior year. If you've done these things early in your career, then you're more able to then know that, first of all, that you like these things, but second of all, that it's on your resume and you're more competitive for the bigger things later on. You know, I get a little fired up about the idea that people need to know what they need to do before they come to college, because it assumes that you've had a chance to explore all the careers out there. And there's no way that you could explore all the careers out there. There are thousands of careers. And even if you went to the best high school, there's no way that you had an opportunity to test drive all of those things and to really figure out what they are. And so I think that's what college is for, that time to really test and drive and experience these things. You know, it also assumes that the list of careers is going to be static, like it's not going to change. So the jobs that have existed in the past will always exist in the future. And we know that's not true. From Forbes to the World Economic Forum, all that we read about is that new jobs, jobs that didn't exist before. And so sometimes the thing that you thought you were going to do, you get to college and then you realize, oh, this industry is changing and there's a new role in a new field. And that's perfect for me. But if you come in like this and you haven't had a chance to look left and right, then you have missed that opportunity. If anyone is curious about who we are and what we do, you're totally welcome to come down, and you can find our hallway. We're the long hallway in Golisano with all the signs hanging down. We meet regularly with students, current students of course, but prospective students as well. You can find us on our website, you can come in person, but you can also email us.